at the end of the period. However, the end of the period ends on a PK, right? There's 2 seconds roughly left. Based on what I saw on the scoreboard and when I was watching the game, R2 Huru goes to clear the puck. It hits Leon Draisaitl like basically right in the stomach. Draisaitl then goes down. He's pissed. Connor McDavid's on the ice. He's pissed. Draisaitl then goes over to Huru, completely slashes him like a Shoresy move, just a full wind-up baseball bat to the knee, basically with a slash. Crazy move after the buzzer, even if you got hit with the puck. Like, it was not intentional. He's trying to clear the puck. There's still time on the clock. Like, that was a clean move by Huru. Just happened to hit Draisaitl, which if there was still time on the clock, Draisaitl would have been like, this is great. I kept the puck in. We still have a chance. But because there was 2 seconds left, he got pissed off. Whatever. Then McDavid is now going after Huru, and Justin Hryckowian, our beloved Justin Hryckowian, steps in and just like, hey, let's calm down. Like, we don't need to escalate it there. It's intermission. Let's go to the locker room. Like, hey, it was an accident. He didn't mean to do that. And Huru obviously has played a handful of games now in the NHL this season, played a few last year. Just a young guy trying to make his mark in the league and wants to stay in. Ritzy has already got his 2-year deal. He's been up all season. He's a piece on this team. He's like, hey, we don't need to do any of this. Huru didn't mean anything by that. And Connor McDavid lost it. They didn't throw the gloves, but they were fighting and helmets were flying off. There on this thumbnail, if you didn't see it already, there is a finger in Connor McDavid's eye because Connor McDavid has Ritzy's jersey over his head, basically. So he's just trying to get in there. A full finger, just like right in the eyeball, because you noticed it post-game when McDavid took that picture with Micah Parsons, the big cut on his eye. Pretty sure that's what this is from. Ritzy is doing what he has to do. He's standing up for his guy. He's like, hey, we don't need to fight. But if you're going to fight, I'll fight. They literally fought and just didn't toss the gloves. And looking at the penalties now, McDavid gets 2 for roughing. Ritzy gets 2 for roughing. Leon gets 2 for slashing. And that's how the period ends. Just absolute melee chaos. The crowd is loving it, obviously. It has already been a little bit chippy before this point. But this is where the game absolutely turned, because the refs did not take control of this game at intermission, and they just continued to let it go in the third period. And I thought that was a horrible decision by the refs. However, what a move by Ritzy. What a dog. Fighting Connor McDavid, because why wouldn't he?
Well, and the thing was, every single tweet that I saw last night from these like big media outlets was Connor McDavid tosses the gloves. Connor McDavid fights Justin Hryckowian. I'm sorry. Justin Hryckowian got in there to defend his guy, and then things just kind of, went off. It wasn't necessarily Connor McDavid that totally initiated this, but like they were going back and forth at each other, and they had some gloves off. They were throwing hands a little bit. Refs were in there. Things are getting a little bit chippy, but to see Justin Ritzy go in there and just be able to do that with Connor McDavid, I'm sorry. He was the one going at McDavid, and I love that for us.
It was the first time we've seen Ritzy this season try to de-escalate a situation. He is always the escalator. He is always rushing to the moment. If there is a moment to fight or get in the muck, Ritzy is there. Ritzy literally puts his hands out to McDavid. He's like, hey, calm down. Like, we're good. Like, don't worry about it. Hey, it is what it is. Like, we're not trying to do anything right now. And then McDavid lost it, and Ritzy was like, all right, I guess we're doing this. Talked to
he's
Ritzy
like, I have to defend myself at this point. Yeah, he
was defending his guy first, and then McDavid went after him, and it was just like, all right, I guess we're going. We talked to Ritzy post game in the scrum, and the question was like, did you ever think you'd be dropping the gloves with McDavid? And he's like, I don't think we really dropped the gloves. And then someone was like, did you have any words for McDavid afterwards or the Oilers bench? He goes, no. Simple answers, just saying, hey, basically he's just telling us, I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do for my team, for my teammates, for my guys on the ice. I was doing what I needed to do, and there's no other reason to talk to you guys, to talk to them. Like, that's what it was for. It was for the boys. And that's exactly what you want out of like a fourth line grinder, which is what Ritzy is. But he's got some skill. He's got some dog. He's got some fight. Very funny that he fought Connor McDavid last night.
So good. That was such an iconic moment. I was like, this is awesome. Like, our rookie on this team is just going at McDavid a little bit. Like, we love to see it. And then things just escalated there in the third period. And he just kept on sticking up for his guys. And that's what matters. And that's what was really nice to see, because the team necessarily, they're not that physical of a team. They don't really get into these big brawls and fights and scrums a lot of the time. But Justin Hryckowian this year has been the guy that steps up in those big moments. If he needs to fight, he's going to fight. If he needs to get chippy with somebody, he's going to get chippy. And we need a guy like that on this team.
Yeah, I think last year Colin Blackwell was probably that guy, and he didn't play every game, and he was the guy that would come in and try to throw hits. He would stick up for guys. He'd get in the muck like that. We had one guy really last year. Jamie Benn would stick up for guys and everything, but he's the captain. He needs to be responsible. He doesn't need to go to the box and all that kind of stuff. Colin was kind of that guy last year. Now you have Ritzy, Colin, Ernie right off the rip. Then you got Leon and Myers, Tyler Myers back there. Like, they're going to go throw some hits and stand up for some guys. Thomas Harley was getting in the muck last night. Wyatt Johnston was going in there and getting in the muck, throwing people down from the ice and getting in headlocks and everything. The one thing I've noticed from last night and this morning with the Oilers fans replying to our stuff, my stuff, well, they lost every fight. That's not the point, dog. Like, this team had one guy last year that would get out there and go fight someone. Now it's everyone. Everyone is in the mix. Thomas Harley's doing it. Wyatt Johnston's doing it. Jason Robertson's doing it. Matt Duchene was even in it a little bit last night. Like, if Dutchy's getting in it, you know, especially like it's a chippy game. But that's the cool thing about this team, I think, from the mindset shift of last year where, hey, goals are important. Goals are how you win this game, and goals are how you turn the tides and all that kind of stuff. That's basically what we were told last year by Pete DeBoer. This year, it's like, hey, stand up for your boys. Doesn't matter what's happening. Doesn't matter what's going on in the game. If something happens, you're standing up for your boy. And that's what we saw last night with Ritzy. Colin Blackwell later in the game when Ritzy gets tripped against the boards. A scary play. I don't think it was a dirty play, but it was more of a scary play. And Colin reacted because it was already a chippy game and went in full cross check to the helmet and threw the gloves right as he dove on top of, I can't remember, Slovaki, whatever his name is. Yeah, it was just a really fun game last night. A lot of chaos, a lot of craziness, a lot of chippiness, and you saw it from the full team. And that is what stands out to me. It's just like everyone, if one person goes, everyone goes. And I think that's what's going to carry this team into the playoffs and maybe through some series and maybe get over that hump in the Western Conference Finals. It's a different team this year.
So after the game was over, when we went into the press conference with Coach Golitzson, I did ask him about the physicality. So I'll read what he said. He said they're scrapping over there for points. And when you get ahead like that, you can see that they've got a lot of pride and are trying to battle back, talking about the Oilers. I thought our guys responded really well. We're not taking anything. We played our game and stayed physical. We backed each other up. And that's what's going to matter for the games going forward in the regular season, but primarily as you get into the postseason. You're going to want to see that physicality from your team. And mind you, you don't have some of those bigger physical guys that you're missing right now. Rope Hintz is a big guy. And then Mikko Rantanen, who's been one of the most physical players on this team in regards to just how he also plays the puck and is able to cruise through to get goals in. And it's just one of those things that you like to see from your team. Obviously, Glenn Golitzson wants 1% of physicality more from each guy, but to see them doing it against the Oilers, being able to get in their heads based on the competition that they've had over the past few years with the Oilers, it was great to see. And it's so fun from a Stars fan perspective to watch them beat the Oilers in the fashion that they did.